Pets+Lord Farming+Adventures in War, teach Slim how to farm, have Goblin burn charcoal, lead the Doghead to mine, establish a Goblin caravan, recruit angels to fight for himself, ride a magic dragon, invade the abyss. This is Jiang Heng's journey of farming and construction in another world. Through national travel, start a monster island and build different civilizations and worlds according to your own ideas. Conquer different species, establish your own army, build, conquer, resist monster invasions, embark on adventures, and explore a mysterious and unknown world. At the beginning, Jiang Heng walked slightly further than others with a super rare monster island and a monster information panel visible. Flying mantis plus mutated iron wire worm plus undead water equals skeletal undead mantis. Bloodborne bat plus unicorn lizard plus sky wings plus dot equals bloodborne magic dragon planet core plus godslayer plus tears of the universe plus dot equals starry sky devourer. Compared to other ordinary species, the species in Jiang Heng's hands seem a bit strange. The goblin demon general riding a dragon, the slime who can eat phoenixes, the angel who splits the planet with one sword when disaster strikes again, order crumbles, everything is destroyed, and everyone looks up. The human who once descended with them has become the great master of sequence, wandering in the depths of the sea of chaos. Farming plus pets plus lords plus battles QQ group. 745624575. I have completed an old book titled Petifying the World and, starting from contract pets, keywords of the novel. National Lord. Opening a monster island without a pop-up window, National Lord. Opening a monster island TXT complete collection download, National Lord. Opening a monster island latest chapter reading. Chapter 1. Earth Destruction. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Chapter 1 Earth Destruction. This was originally an extremely ordinary and peaceful day, as people continued to rush for life. But suddenly, a global broadcast appeared out of thin air. The Earth will be destroyed in a minute, and all humanity will usher in a new destiny. At the same time, huge countdowns appeared in the sky, 59, 58. After about 10 seconds of being stunned, almost all humans became crazy. What? The Earth is going to be destroyed. No, I just became the director, I haven't enjoyed it yet. Ha, the damn Earth is finally going to be destroyed, and a new era is finally coming. Great, this society should have been destroyed long ago. Wang Ho generals and prime ministers, it's better to have seeds. Is it really going to be destroyed? Why isn't there any warning? Some people revel, some are sad, and in a short moment, all kinds of human emotions and desires erupt. When the huge countdown reflected on the sky, everyone panicked. Some people go crazy and molest others on the street. Even if they die, they still have to overcome their addiction. Some people start smashing and looting, causing harm everywhere. But more often than not, I stare at the countdown in the sky and wonder what I want to do. Is the Earth really going to be destroyed? After staring at the countdown in the sky for 2 seconds, Jiang Heng felt something was wrong again. Just now, that voice only said that the Earth will be destroyed, not that humanity will definitely die, but a new fate. There is still 1 minute left. Jiang Heng, who often reads online novels, seems to have a big heart. He thinks that perhaps this minute is an opportunity to change his destiny. He looked around and saw that today was the Qingming festival holiday. As a sophomore student, he was on his way to eat. Taking a glance around, he realized that the nearest store to him was selling crop seeds. If humans can still survive, then food must be the most important. With only 30 seconds left in the countdown, Jiang Heng walked straight into the seed store without saying a word. It is spring at this time, and there are many types of seeds in the seed shop. Jiang Heng directly grabbed the most prominent rice and corn seeds, as well as 3 packages of vegetable seeds. Boss, I bought it. Jiang Heng exclaimed loudly, noticing that there was someone next to him rushing to buy seeds like him. Before Jiang Heng could finish speaking, the Earth turned into countless energy powders, and everyone was proteced by a transparent energy shield that appeared out of thin air. Then an invisible force appeared, and everyone's eyes were darkened. Once again, it appeared on an unfamiliar land. The voice echoed again in the sky. This is a brand new world, with magical and extraordinary creatures such as dragons, phoenixes, golden crows, trolls, undead, goblins, etc., with endless excitement. Each of you humans has awakened extraordinary power and acquired the ability to become lords. Nowadays, all humans have randomly descended on the islands of the New World, searching for a monster contract that they consider suitable. It will become your initial monster island, which is the foundation for your survival in this world. As the sound in the sky disappeared, Jiang Heng stared blankly at everything around him. He arrived at a completely unfamiliar place, where there were 10 huge moon shadows of different colors in the sky. Even the golden sun could not conceal them. It seems that this is really a brand new world. Jiang Heng sighed and said, in just a few minutes, the earth was destroyed, and all humanity came to such an unknown place. What a great power this is. At this moment, he had nothing on him except 2 bags of seeds and a phone. Extraordinary power, Lord, find the monster contract. Jiang Heng pondered the meaning conveyed by the voice just now. Again, after carefully feeling the changes in himself, he found that there was a black ocean deep in his mind, and a silver spiritual light flickered above the ocean. He quickly understood spontaneously that the so-called contract monster was to mobilize this spiritual light to sign with the monster and obtain his initial monster island. As for what kind of monster to choose, it should depend on each person's own abilities. Jummy. However, at this moment, a sharp bird cry came and a huge blue giant bird flew over the sky. This big bird has wings spread out over 30 meters and a body length of nearly 50 meters. It is surrounded by blue air currents, but as it flies overhead, it emits a strong sense of pressure that makes Jiang Heng unable to breathe, let alone contract. However, Jiang Heng found that with the appearance of the blue giant bird, lines of firefly characters appeared before his eyes. Name: King Fengnio, race. Monster, properties. Wind system, water system level. Silver level up, levels from low to high are bronze, black iron, silver, and gold, potential. 1 star, features. Wind, passive feature, doubling flight speed in strong wind weather. Skills. Wind feather, wind blade, wind god sting, evolution. Mutation evolution plan 1. King Fengnio plus 100 Jin Huoye stone plus 30 Jin Qinghua grass equals Huoye King Fengnio, success probability of 95%, detailed steps. Mutation evolution plan 2. Introduction. Mature wind-type monster with low intelligence, only likes to eat red-striped long-billed fish. Its feather bones and crystal nuclei have wind-type rules, which are very lightweight and suitable for making tools. Is this a golden finger or a panel that every human has? Jiang Heng looked in surprise at the line of firefly characters that suddenly appeared in front of him. If it's something he has alone, it's naturally great, but if everyone has it, he can't do anything about it. The blue giant bird in the sky flew away without any hesitation, obviously not as a prey. Compared to the giant bird, it was too small and not included in its diet. Anyway, we need to use this panel to find suitable monsters and complete the contract first. Seeing the blue giant bird fly away, Jiang Heng let out a deep breath and stopped thinking about all this chaos. However, he still felt in his heart that this panel was most likely unique to him. Calm down, Jiang Heng carefully observed the surrounding environment. He was currently located in a low shrub, not far from the seaside. Looking further away, it is easy to see isolated islands lurking on the blue sea surface, but they are all far away. The message conveyed by the will of the world is that the arrival is random, which means there is a high probability that there are other people on this island. Nowadays, the old rules have completely disappeared, and morality and law do not exist. We must be extremely careful of others, especially those with precious seeds in my hands. corn, rice, and these 3 vegetables. As long as there are suitable conditions for sowing, there is no need to worry about food, Jiang Heng muttered to himself. To ensure one's safety, it is important to find a suitable monster contract as early as possible. Jiang Heng speculates that as long as the monster is contracted, there is a high probability that it will possess extraordinary power. If there were no transparent panels, he would most likely find a monster contract casually. Now that he has a panel, he naturally needs to find a monster with good potential. After looking at the 5 bags of seeds in his hand, 2.5 kilograms each of rice and corn, he wrapped them in a coat and Jiang Heng began to explore everywhere. Now is the time to race against time. It is very important to seize the opportunity. ***************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************** new book has set sail, and we hope everyone can support us. With the changing starting point rules, it is very important to keep up with the new book period. We hope that everyone can flip to the latest chapters every day, and the recommended monthly tickets can be watered down. Thank you. End of this chapter. Chapter 2. Imagined Self versus Actual Self. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 2. Imagined Self versus Actual Self. In today's world, it's even more difficult to get together with family and friends from the past. Jiang Heng looked at the sun in the sky and couldn't help but think of his friends on Earth. Forget it, you shouldn't think so much. Coming into this world is like a new life. Let's work hard to survive first. Jiang Heng shook his head again. The sun in the sky has already tilted westward, and it may not be far from sunset. After walking a distance, a blue water ball suddenly popped out of the bushes, which scared Jiang Heng back a few steps. Name. Slime, race. Magic, attribute. Water system level. Lower bronze level, potential. 0 stars, feature. None, skill. Water gun evolution. Mutation evolution. Need to build slime nest and collect more slimes, introduction. The lowest level monster, without any attack means or threat. After killing it, slime will decompose into pure water. There really is a creature like slime, it's really rare. Jiang Heng looked at Slim, who had already jumped away, with a curious expression. On Earth, he has seen the cute king a lot, but unfortunately he doesn't have extraordinary power yet. Otherwise, it would be better to catch him and take a look. Finding a wooden stick to defend himself, Jiang Heng continued to walk towards the island. Quickly encountering many other monsters, there were black steel ants with big fists, half-meter-long green caterpillars, and petrified lizards that looked like stones. There are many low-level monsters, most of which are bronze level, and there are relatively few black iron level ones. Although they are the lowest level monsters, they actually have decent attack power, but as long as they do not show hostility, they will not actively attack. Although Jiang Heng lacks strength, his body size is still relatively large and is no longer part of their diet. Of course, these monsters can also be contracted, but Jiang Heng felt that their attributes were too garbage and did not have potential, so he did not choose. Carefully crossing through the bushes, Jiang Heng arrived at the edge of a small stream. It's freshwater. Jiang Heng was overjoyed after confirming that this was Tamsui. He decided to walk along this small stream today, first searching for monsters that were more suitable for the contract, and then finding a suitable place to build a shelter. However, before Jiang Heng could approach the stream, a spiritual light appeared in the distant sky. My nearby human friend, my name is Xiang Dong, and I have contracted a monster to become a lord. I possess extraordinary power and Monster Island. Anyone in need of help can come here to find me. This sound seems to be transmitted far away due to the presence of extraordinary power. Hello everyone, I am Lu Chang and I have also become a lord. If you need help, you can come and find me. Sisters, I am Bai Yueping, and I have become a lord. Now morality and law do not exist. As a woman, it is very dangerous, especially when encountering men. If sisters need help, please come to my territory. Then 2 spiritual pillars flashed away, and those who had become lords had already thought of attracting other humans on the island. Obviously, everyone wants to establish their own power. It's easy for low-level monsters to contract, and these people should contract with relatively low-level ones. Jiang Heng shook his head, and from their location, it was not difficult to see that the locations where these people emitted spiritual light were all on the outskirts of the island. It's not far from him, probably only a few kilometers away. As long as he is not foolish, Jiang Heng believes that no one will come to find them at this time. At least he must ensure that he grows into a lord and has extraordinary power before speaking. As he was walking, Jiang Heng suddenly realized that his feet were limp. He had thought he had accidentally stepped on a snake, and his heart was pounding in his throat. However, when he looked down, it turned out to be a gray mushroom. Damn it, fortunately it's not a snake. Jiang Heng took a deep breath and lowered his head to look at the gray mushroom that had been crushed by him. Name: Ghost Chi Mushroom, Race: Fungal Monsters, Attribute: Wood Series Level: Lower level of Black Iron, Potential: 1 star. Characteristics: Parasitic, Skill: None. Introduction: Ghost gas mushrooms grow on the edge of dark streams, and their spores are extremely small. Once stepped on, they will parasitize into the organism and absorb their vitality to grow. This is a parasitic fungus that no monster wants to provoke. Parasitic spores are contagious, and other monsters will keep a distance from the presence of the parasite. Parasitic fungi. Jiang Heng felt something was wrong. He opened his pants and saw some gray mushrooms on both of his legs, with gray roots like capillaries piercing into his flesh and blood. The onlooker's scalp was numb and he was sweating profusely. Jiang Heng's heart was half cold. Looking at these small mushrooms, he was so scared that he wished he could pull them all out in one go. After pulling it out, he found that although it was not painful, it was useless. The roots that had penetrated his flesh and blood could not be pulled out. Instead, because of his actions, the mushrooms grew faster and spread towards his thighs. Done. For a moment, Jiang Heng panicked and his body and mind were cold. He didn't expect the fear of death to suddenly come like this. Just now, he was thinking of using his golden fingers to do something big, and his mind was blank. He realized that it was not Mr. Bei after all. He overestimated his own strength and the world was too dangerous. It was not the ordinary jungle on Earth before. Any danger could take a person's life. Hiss. Just as Jiang Heng fell into a daze, a 10-meter-long python climbed down from a tree not far away from him. Its crimson eyes glanced at him and it ran away in disgust. I thought it was a delicious meal, but unexpectedly, it was parasitized by fungi. It dares not eat this kind of food, otherwise it will grow mushrooms in its stomach. Upon noticing the escaping python in the distance, Jiang Heng was initially shocked to find such a large python lurking within a few meters of himself. He had not noticed anything at all. If it weren't for being infected with fungi, he was afraid it would have become something in his belly. Yeah, even though I'm infected with fungi, it's not all bad. Jiang Heng suddenly realized that although this fungus was terrifying, there must be a way to eliminate it if he awakened his extraordinary power. And currently, because he has this fungus on his body, other monsters are unwilling to touch it, which means he can boldly continue to move forward without worrying about being hunted by other monsters. It seems that I am not mature enough and not calm enough. Jiang Heng stood up again and began to reflect on himself. He found himself completely different from what he had imagined. In my imagination, he should be like Mr. Bei, with golden fingers, able to come and go freely in this jungle. In fact, I accidentally got hit before taking a few steps, and then died of fear, completely panicking and not thinking of any countermeasures. If it weren't for the sudden appearance of that python, he might still be in a state of panic now. Let's fight, let's take a chance to turn a bicycle into a motorcycle. Jiang Heng gritted his teeth and walked upstream along the stream towards the interior of the island. End of this chapter. Chapter 3. Heaven and Earth Elves. Cloud Whale, seeking monthly tickets. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 3. Heaven and Earth Elves. Cloud Whale, seeking monthly tickets. As he continued to advance towards the interior of the island, Jiang Heng discovered that there were more and more monsters inside, becoming increasingly powerful. Quack. A huge blue-skinned blue-eyed frog the size of a basin quickly jumped away from Jiang Heng, looking like it was avoiding him. Jiang Heng has become accustomed to this and feels quite good about it. He glanced at the data of this big frog, which was black iron level and 1-star potential, meaning that in the future, the highest level could only reach silver level. Shaking his head, Jiang Heng felt it was still inappropriate. He continued to move forward, hoping to find the one that was always suitable soon. Although the spread of fungi on his body slowed down, the constant absorption of his flesh and blood made him increasingly feel like he wanted to sleep. If you can't find a more suitable one before dark, then find a similar contract. Jiang Heng patted his face. In case fungi parasitize and enter his internal organs, it would be difficult to deal with. As Jiang Heng entered the depths of the island, the stream became a small river, and then the river continued to expand, with more and more monsters lurking on both sides. After walking for a long time, some crocodiles appeared in the river, ranging in length from 5 to 6 meters. One of the silver crocodiles caught his attention. Name: Silver Armored Crocodile, Attribute. Water System, Soil System, Level. Black Iron Middle Level, Potential. 2 stars, Feature. Reduced lifespan. For every year of lifespan reduction, attack and defense power increase by 50%. Skills: Death Roll, Water Cannon, Evolution. Mutation Evolution Plan 1. Silver Armored Crocodile plus Earth's Heart plus Weak Water equals Shoguang Crocodile, Success Probability 90%, Detailed Plan. Introduction. The mutated species of diving crocodile, as its lifespan decreases, its strength will become stronger and stronger. Due to its mutation defect, its lifespan is only 120 years, beyond which it will suddenly die suddenly. What an interesting feature. Jiang Heng was a bit surprised. This feature is equivalent to consuming lifespan as long as one lives, and every year, their defense and attack power will be greatly improved. If there is no better choice, this one is also good. He could feel that any monster below the silver level could make a contract by releasing the spiritual light deep in his mind. Seemingly sensing Jiang Heng's gaze, the silver-armored crocodile showed a humanized disgusted gaze. That gaze seemed to say something again: if it weren't for the disgusting parasitic fungi on your body, just look at me and bite you to death. Jiang Heng glanced at it and silently continued to move forward. As the sun was about to set, the western sky was already red. After a day of hunger, Jiang Heng, who was starving, finally arrived at the foot of a huge waterfall. This is the source of the small river, with water pouring down from a mountain over 100 meters high, like a white ribbon hanging down, accompanied by a rumbling sound, falling into the emerald green pool in front of Jiang Heng, with a diameter of over 100 meters. Between this waterfall and the pond, a semi-transparent flying fish dances back and forth. This fish is transparent all over, with a faint light blue color in its body. It looks like a killer whale that has shrunk countless times, without wings but can fly. Name: Cloud Whale, Race. Elves, Properties. Wind System, Water System, Light System Level. Bronze Level Up, Potential. 4 stars, Features. Yao Guang, can absorb light and transform it into a photosphere for storage, absorb killing light and transform it into a killing photosphere for storage, absorb life light and transform it into a life photosphere for storage, and each type of light has a different effect on the photosphere. Skills: Breath of Light, Wind Speed Evolution. Floating Light Cloud Whale, Gem Cloud Whale, Introduction. Cloud whale is a kind of heaven and earth spirit born in the deep sky. It is bred by the essence of clouds and water vapor. In the process of its birth, it is affected by different laws and forces, and will produce different additional attributes. Cloud whales nurtured by heaven and earth can also reproduce offspring. They usually give birth to a spiritual light in pure water, and each type of cloud whale is different and influenced by various factors. This cloud whale, on the other hand, was influenced by the laws of the light system and developed characteristics of light properties. Cloud whale, Elf, 4-star potential. Jiang Heng looked at the rows of firefly characters in front of him, and couldn't help but show a surprised expression. This cloud whale is actually a kind of elf, not a monster, but nurtured by clouds and water vapor. Also, any one of them has 4-star potential, which means they can reach diamond level in the future. Through this panel, Jiang Heng has understood the level of monsters, from low to high. They are bronze, black iron, silver, gold, diamond, amethyst. Each level is further divided into 3 levels. Lower, middle, and upper. A few stars of potential means that if nothing unexpected happens, one can further improve by a few levels in the future. The bronze level 4-star potential means that in the future, it can reach the diamond level, a monster that Jiang Heng has never seen before. However, it should be very terrifying. After all, the previous simple silver level blue giant bird was already very terrifying. From this, it can be seen that this cloud whale is definitely a very precious existence, and there are more than 10 such cloud whales in this place. How can Jiang Heng not be excited? Sure enough, good and bad depend on each other. If it weren't for being infected with mushroom spores, we wouldn't have been able to reach the depths of this island. Jiang Heng decided to use cloud whale as his first contracted pet. However, before the contract, he needs to observe these dozen or so cloud whales and find the one with the most suitable attributes. These cloud whales are still small, and they don't express much about Jiang Heng's appearance, as if they don't think he poses a threat. This is convenient for Jiang Heng to observe. Through observation, he found a total of 13 cloud whales here, and one of them, with purple eyes, was his favorite. Its data is as follows. Name. Purple cloud whale, race. Elves, properties. Wind, water, wood, mysterious level. Lower bronze level, potential. 4 stars, feature. Companion spirit. This feature allows cloud whales to merge with their own species and transform other cloud whales into their own companion spirits. Each fusion of a cloud whale's various attributes will result in a 30% increase, and there is an opportunity to expand new attributes. The fusion binding has no limit to the number of attributes. At present, this feature is not activated. Skills. Breath of light, wind speed evolution. Introduction. Purple cloud whale. During its birth process, the cloud whale incorporates a special energy from a strange land, giving birth to an extremely rare and elusive mysterious attribute. This attribute has a magical effect, allowing the elf itself to have extraordinary mutations. After reading the data of this purple cloud whale, Jiang Heng decided that it was it, which should be the best existence he could encounter. This companion spirit feature is even more powerful than the lifespan reduction feature of the silver armored crocodile before. It has no upper limit in quantity. As long as it constantly searches for other cloud whales and transforms them into its own companion spirit, its strength can continue to improve. After seeing it accurately, Jiang Heng no longer hesitated and began to mobilize the spiritual light in his mind. The mushrooms on his body had spread to the roots of his thighs and were about to enter his internal organs. He couldn't delay any longer. I don't know if it's for beginner protection or other reasons, but Jiang Heng feels that this agile light is just like the Master Ball in Pokémon. As long as it's a monster below the silver level, if it hits, it will definitely be subdued. As Jiang Heng's mind aimed at the purple-eyed purple cloud whale, the spiritual light in his mind transformed into a beam of light and flew out, instantly disappearing into his body. The update time is December 2000, noon every day. End of this chapter. Chapter 4. Becoming a Lord. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 4. Becoming a Lord. The originally free-spirited purple cloud whale suddenly stiffened, as if hit by something. At the same time, Jiang Heng had already felt a sense of spiritual connection, knowing that this was a successful contract. At the next moment, the body of the purple cloud whale began to grow proportionally without any warning. The originally only 30 centimeters long purple cloud whale suddenly grew to a few meters long and continued to grow. "Come here, come this way." Jiang Heng called out to it through telepathy, hoping that it could come over. Growing larger on this side of the waterfall may scare away other cloud whales, which would be more than worth the loss. The wisdom of the purple cloud whale, who was at the bronze level, had not yet been enlightened. He had no resistance to being suddenly contracted and having an additional owner. Instead, he instinctively approached Jiang Heng due to the contract. Upon hearing Jiang Heng's call, it quickly swung its body and flew over. As the purple cloud whale landed in a plain by the small river, its body had grown over 100 meters long, transforming from a mini killer whale to a supergiant killer whale. The body presents a semi-transparent shape, with some blue-purple flowing light on it, appearing to be transformed by starlight. Unlike before, a semi-circular border appeared on its back, slightly behind its head, like a bowl upside down on its back. As the purple cloud whale completed its own transformation, Jiang Heng, as the host, also felt the earth-shattering changes. Firstly, the message from World Will that appeared in his mind came. "Congratulations, you have successfully become a lord with a territory. Strive to live in this world. Each lord has a 30-day lord protection period, and after 30 days, the unique breath of Monster Island will attract monsters to come. The voice of World Will brings a lot of news, among which the most important is some basic knowledge about lords." Through this knowledge, Jiang Heng understood what a lord is. It is through contracting monsters, making them giant. A monster island with land on its back is equivalent to having a walking island, and this island is still alive. Monster islands generally do not have the ability to fly and can only move relatively slowly. Newly born monster islands either blend into a piece of land or transform into mini islands lurking along the coast. The floating and flying monster island in front of him is extremely rare. Or rather, this is not Monster Island at all, but Elf Island, because Purple Cloud Whale is an elf, not a monster. In addition, there is also a lot of knowledge about lords, such as how to expand Monster Island and increase the size of one's own Monster Island. Monster Island can be improved through evolution and management, and other Monster Islands can also be annexed. Knowing this, Jiang Heng finally understood why those who had become lords were so eager to find other humans, most likely wanting to devour their monster island. Is this the lord's feeling? Jiang Heng felt his body, and just after contracting with the purple cloud whale and becoming a lord, he also felt a powerful force infused into his body, charging towards his limbs and bones. This force was like the wash marrow pill in a cultivation novel, quickly helping him comb his body. All the fungal spores growing on his legs were completely removed, and Jiang Heng felt as if he had infinite power, his body becoming stronger than ever before. Master of Sequence. Jiang Heng, internship, race. Homo sapiens, gender. Male, occupation. Lord, Elf Monster Island, realm. Bronze level lower level, skill. Wind Blade, contract. Purple Cloud Whale Monster Island. As he became a lord, Jiang Heng found detailed data about himself suddenly appearing on the panel in front of him. The Master of the Sequence. It sounds very impressive. Is this the source of the panel? Jiang Heng looked at the silver-white panel, as if he had inexplicably become the owner of a certain sequence, and he was still in his internship period. It seems that this sequence is wise, but it doesn't seem to bother him. Is it because he is still in his internship period? Or is there some kind of problem with this sequence? In an instant, various thoughts and conspiracy theories drifted by. Then Jiang Heng shook his head fiercely and said, "What's wrong with him? Let's talk about it if we can survive. Let's take a closer look. It's difficult for him to survive now, let alone engage in conspiracy theory. At least for now, the role of this sequence in himself is irreplaceable. Let's take a look at my monster island first." Jiang Heng looked at the setting sun and didn't think about anything else. Glancing at the guy in front of him, who was over 100 meters long, Jiang Heng's mind suddenly appeared within the barrier on its back. In the boundary is a brand new piece of land, about 400 meters long and 200 meters wide, about the size of a playground. As for why the land on the back of the purple cloud whale is even larger than itself, this is the magic of Monster Island. The barrier is like a new space, a new world. According to Jiang Heng's knowledge, the land within the barrier is directly proportional to the strength of the monster island itself. That is to say, the stronger the strength of the purple cloud whale, the larger the land inside, but it is not absolute. This is just one of them, there are other ways to increase the land here. For example, managing the internal world, planting various crops, breeding various monster plants, and developing civilization can not only promote the evolution of the monster island itself, but also make the laws within this barrier more perfect and the world stronger. Simply put, it is this monster island, and within the barrier, it is like a newly created simple world, a rough world, which is also a world exclusive to the Lord. However, the rules and various situations in it are very different from the real world. Managing it step by step until it becomes a new world is the Lord's task and a way to improve strength. This monster island is bound to the Lord's strength, and the Lord has absolute control over the monster island. At the same time, his own strength is also related to the monster island. Jiang Heng looked at the bare and seemingly barren land in front of him, but he felt a sense of familiarity because it was a world that belonged entirely to him. Purple Cloud Whale, I'll call you Purple Cloud. Fall to the ground, just on this piece of land under your feet. After inspecting for a while, Jiang Heng spoke up and said that he and Ziyan Whale could understand each other's thoughts without using words. As Jiang Heng's words fell, a stream of light emanated from the Purple Cloud Whale and it landed on the ground. In an instant, its huge body completely merged into the ground and disappeared. The barrier world where Jiang Heng is located seems to have also integrated into the ground. From a distance, the purple cloud whale can no longer be seen, only an opaque blue-purple barrier envelopes a piece of ground. In the end, as the barrier disappears, this land becomes the same as before. This is one of the basic abilities of Monster Island, which can integrate into the earth without consuming any spiritual power. Similarly, there is the Incarnation Island, which can transform into a normal island on the sea surface. Jummy Jummy. As the purple cloud whale merged into the earth, a small purple cloud whale the size of a cat suddenly appeared next to Jiang Heng. The little creature, resembling a killer whale, rubbed against Jiang Heng in an intimate manner. "Huh, it's so itchy. Stop making trouble and be good." This is the spirit of Monster Island, which can be said to be the soul of the purple cloud whale, but it is not a real soul. It is formed by the purple cloud whale's integration into the earth, or after islanding, its consciousness and power are condensed. End of this chapter. Chapter 5. Drilling Wood for Fire. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 5. Drilling Wood for Fire. The spirit of the purple cloud whale kept circling around Jiang Heng, full of curiosity towards him. This guy looks like a newborn child, curious about everything. After playing with Ziyun for a while, the sky had completely darkened, but there was a bright moon and dense stars in the sky. Jiang Heng was a bit curious. He saw 10 rounds of the moon during the day, but at night there was only 1 round of white moon left. It seemed that there was also a mystery in the sky. This starry sky is completely different, without the Milky Way or the Big Dipper, belonging to a completely unfamiliar place. Looking at the night sky, Jiang Heng couldn't help but marvel that he was no longer on Earth. This was a brand new world. Before the destruction of the earth, Jiang Heng put away the corn, rice, and 3 bags of vegetable seeds he had with him. He began to think about his next action plan. He doesn't want to search for other humans for the time being, so he should first develop his skills and abilities. Monster Island can not only rely on its own business growth, but also devour, form alliances, and sign various contracts, which is something everyone will know after growing into a lord. Although he did not have the idea of devouring other monster islands, others may not have none. Compared to other methods, killing fellow humans is the quickest and simplest way. Now the companion spirit feature of the purple cloud whale has been activated. Next, he can help it transform the other 12 cloud whales into companion spirits, which can enhance its own strength and also make the land of this purple cloud world more fertile, at least to the point where it can grow crops. Xian World is the name he gave to the world on the back of Xian Whale, which belongs exclusively to him. In addition to managing the purple cloud world to deal with monster attacks in a month, he also has to contract new monsters and train himself. The Lord himself possesses extraordinary power and can continue to contract other monsters, which are also an important component of the Lord's strength. Now there is a new spiritual light in his mind, which was born after the contract with the purple cloud whale. Now he understands the contract rules, and the Lord can only contract monsters that are 2 levels higher than himself. Now he is at the bronze level, and the highest can only contract monsters at the silver level. And the monsters in the future will not have novice protection like the contracted purple cloud whale did just now, and they need to rely on their own strength to conquer the monsters. My location is close to the interior of the island, and for a while, no one should be able to come in yet. There's no need to worry about others' black hands, but for now, we still need to solve our own food and clothing problems first, and then think about other things. Jiang Heng touched his stomach. Although his spiritual energy had helped him recover, hunger still existed. It was already evening and the beasts were roaring outside. Let's wait until tomorrow morning. Fortunately, I had contracted with the purple cloud whale before dark, and now I have Monster Island. Otherwise, staying overnight in this place where monsters are rampant would definitely be unlucky. Jiang Heng looked at his phone and found that only 50% of the battery was left. He didn't dare to look much, so he put it away and began to study his own power. According to the impression in his mind, he raised his hand to mobilize his spiritual power. After some attempts, a 10-centimeter long invisible blade condensed in his hand, which is the only skill he currently possesses. The wind blade. After some research, Jiang Heng lay on the ground and went to sleep. Fortunately, there is no wind in the purple cloud world, and the ground is relatively dry. In addition, the weather is not cold now, so I can barely fall asleep. The next morning in the blink of an eye, just as dawn broke, Jiang Heng woke up mainly from hunger. He had not eaten for a day and a night. First, have a full meal, then help the purple cloud whale integrate with other cloud whales and build a small wooden house. Jiang Heng touched his already hungry belly and arranged today's task for himself. The easiest way to find something to eat is naturally to catch fish by the creek. For Jiang Heng, who has become a lord and possesses extraordinary power, catching some ordinary fish is still quite simple. He now has the wind blade skill, as long as he sees it right, he can kill an ordinary fish with just one strike. Found a place where the water flow was not very turbulent, Jiang Heng quickly saw 2 10-centimeter long fish that looked very similar to grass carp on earth. He slowly mobilized his spiritual power, and an invisible wind blade condensed successfully in his palm. However, just as Jiang Heng was preparing to kill him in pain, these 2 fish seemed to sense it and quickly penetrated into the depths of the stone. Do you have a sense of spiritual power or is it? Jiang Heng was shocked. This fish was much more mischievous than on earth, and he ran away without even taking action. Don't believe this evil, Jiang Heng tried to find another place. There are still quite a few fish in this small river, and there are also many types. Woo-woo. Just as Jiang Heng was about to try again, a blue slime popped up not far away, its transparent body wrapped in 2 fresh fish. "Stop, Rob!" Jiang Heng's eyes lit up and he shouted loudly, then rushed forward with a swift step, raising his hand to 2 wind blades. He's starving now, and seeing free food in front of him, he doesn't even want anything else. It's not easy to catch fish, but this slime is easy to catch. Woo 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 woo. This little blue slime never imagined that even if he were just catching a fish, he would suffer such danger. He bounced and tried to escape, which was too tragic. Slime bullied him. However, after only a few steps, it found itself caught by one big hand, and then the other big hand reached into its transparent body and grabbed the 2 fish it had finally caught. Woo 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 woo. Slim seems extremely aggrieved, its fish are gone. Later on, it was even more tragic to find that the suddenly appearing guy had not let it go and had actually taken it away together. It's really interesting. Having taken the fish, Jiang Heng was very happy. What's even happier is that this slime feels so comfortable to touch, like a balloon filled with water. Returning to the barrier, which is the purple cloud world, Jiang Heng threw the blue slime aside, where it could not escape. Then I picked up some firewood and prepared to grill the fish. It's really difficult to start a fire in the wild, we can only drill into wood to start the fire. Jiang Heng sighed, but unfortunately he didn't have the habit of smoking and didn't carry a lighter with him. However, excessive heat is necessary. Not only do we need to eat cooked food, but we also need to boil the water we drink. Although the river water is clear, it is unclear whether there are any deadly viruses or bacteria in it. Fortunately, it's not difficult to start a fire by drilling through wood, it's just laborious and time-consuming. First, prepare the fire, and Jiang Heng uses his wind blade skills to sharpen the wooden stick and base. Next, he will drill into the wood to start the fire. In fact, making a bow with a rope and then using the bow to turn the wooden stick to start a fire will be much faster, but even a simple bow requires a lot of materials, especially ropes, which can be difficult to make in the wild. Perhaps because he wanted to start a fire and grill fish too much, Jiang Heng was full of energy. He worked hard on drilling wood, and his hands were so hot that he rubbed them together. It took him almost an hour to finally raise the fire. Damn it, drilling wood to make a fire is too tiring. Jiang Heng sighed as he carefully placed the fuel scraps into the hay-made fire and gently brushed it. First, the gray smoke filled the air, and soon he saw a wisp of orange flames. Success! At this moment, Jiang Heng understood the mood of Bai Dai when he started the fire. It was really not easy, and he continued to increase the fire while eagerly starting to grill the fish. However, what he didn't notice was that with the appearance of the fire, there seemed to be an extra trace of spiritual energy in the purple cloud world. End of this chapter. Chapter 6. Magic Words, Slim. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 6, Magic Words, Slim. Fire is the source of miracles. You drill into wood to make fire, giving birth to the first fire system law in the purple cloud world. Although it is weak, it has already made the world active. Collect more fire system laws to strengthen it. Jiang Heng was happily eating grilled fish when lines of text suddenly appeared on the sequence panel. I drilled into wood to make a fire, giving birth to the first fire system law in the purple cloud world. Can I plant vegetables to give birth to the wood system or the law of life? Jiang Heng found it very interesting and decided to study it again after deciding. Woo-woo. Just as Jiang Heng was enjoying his meal, a whimpering cry came from behind. Looking back, it was the trembling blue water slime. Don't be afraid, I won't eat you. In a few days, I will return the fish that ate you and give you a lot more. Jiang Heng grabbed it and touched it, feeling it trembling and laughing. He was not a bad person. Little did they know that for Slim, he had already felt the oppression of the world on him, all of which came from the man in front of him. I remember the introduction said that although you don't know magic or skills, you have very strong control over water elements. Can you gather a water ball and bake it on the fire? Jiang Heng looked at Slim on his leg and said. He is very thirsty now, but there is no container to boil water. So he tried with this idea, but he knows it's probably not useful because slime can't understand what it says. But the next moment, something shocking happened to him. The blue slime, as if it could understand what he was saying, condensed a water ball and placed it on the fire. Do you understand what I'm saying? Jiang Heng looked at this slime in shock. Shouldn't this guy be someone reincarnated? Then he quickly checked its specific information. Name. Slime, race. Magic, attribute. Water system level. Lower bronze level, potential. 0 stars, feature. Magic word, a mysterious feature that can be understood and learned by hearing different languages. Skill. None evolution. There is a population variation evolution that requires the construction of the slime nest introduction. Slime, with its rare and magical properties, can communicate with many species through it. Did I find a treasure? Jiang Heng looked at the trembling blue water ball in his hand. He thought it was an ordinary slime, but he didn't use the panel to check its detailed data. Unexpectedly, it was a magical creature with the magic word feature. As long as you hear different languages, you can immediately understand and learn. To some extent, this is a divine pet. I know you can understand what I'm saying, don't be afraid, I won't hurt you. Jiang Heng touched the blue slime and said gently. Woo-woo. Blue slime is still afraid, but dare not resist. Forget it, you can go play by yourself. Jiang Heng shook his head helplessly, but before releasing slime, he still drank water. He had good water control ability with Slim. He quickly boiled the water, then cooled it down and slowly poured it into his mouth. I said I will return the fish to you. Jiang Heng looked at Slim running to the corner feeling a bit helpless. Just because I stole your fish, do you think I'm the Demon King? I said I will repay you. He decided to contract it once it was cooked, as its magical properties are very important. No longer paying attention to blue slime, Jiang Heng began to do another thing, helping the purple cloud whale complete its companion spirit transformation while also enhancing its strength. Ziyun, come with me. Calling on the spirit of the purple cloud whale, Jiang Heng brought it to the edge of the waterfall. The body of the purple cloud whale is too large and has not moved. It is the spirit of the purple cloud whale that comes with it, which is not much different from its body. Jumi. The spirit of the purple cloud whale flew over and made an ethereal and profound sound, circling around Jiang Heng. Arriving at the edge of the pond below the waterfall, Jiang Heng saw those cloud whales still dancing dragons on the pond, occasionally sucking on a cloud-like mist of water vapor. Compared to the dimness of yesterday evening, he could see clearly that this water vapor was emanating from an unknown cave in the mountain depression inside the waterfall. Upon closer inspection, there seemed to be a faint green emission, indicating that it was some kind of spiritual plant. This should be the reason why cloud whales gather here. After counting, there were no fewer than 12 cloud whales, of which 9 were mainly water-related, and the other 3 were wood, soil, and wind. Cloud whales are the essence of clouds and water vapor. Naturally, they have the most water systems, usually with wind attributes. However, this is not good news for Jiang Heng. He still hopes to transform them into companion creatures so that the purple cloud world can have the most basic 5 elements law, even if only the slightest trace is good. With complete 5 elements, the world will definitely be different. Ziyun, we can start now. Jiang Heng looked at the spirit of the purple cloud whale, and the transformation of the companion spirit was a fusion and devouring. Once other cloud whales were transformed into companion spirits, their life and future were bound to the purple cloud whale. Although they still had some self-awareness, they must obey the purple cloud whale. Of course, in nature, this is actually quite normal, and there are many more cruel things than this. As Jiang Heng gave the order, a faint purple halo emanated from the spirit of the purple cloud whale, which seemed to have an attractive effect on the cloud whale. Soon, a pale blue cloud whale was attracted and began to swim around the purple cloud. It may seem beautiful, but it's not like that. As time passed, this cloud whale seemed to have fallen into a gentle land, unnoticed, consumed by the purple halo. The first companion spirit transformation is expected to be completed within 8 hours. As this water attribute purple cloud whale was transformed, lines of characters appeared on Jiang Heng's sequence panel. 8 hours, Ziyun, go back to the barrier and slowly transform. Jiang Heng nodded as he looked at the purple cloud whale. Let the spirit of the purple cloud whale return, and Jiang Heng first go to the small river to make a fishing trap. There are many fish in this river, so fishing is actually not difficult. Jiang Heng found a place with calm water flow and surrounded a small pond with stones and sand. The pond only had one entrance and was set in a V-dot shape, with a large outside and a small inside. Finally, just put in the remaining fish offal that was eaten before. This trap has been used by humans for thousands of years and is specifically designed based on the personality of fish. As long as these ordinary fish are similar to those on Earth, it is impossible not to be fooled. For safety reasons, Jiang Heng has set up 2 in a row to avoid having nothing to eat. He is also planning to use fish to win the favor of that slime. Once the fishing trap was set, he began using his wind blade skills to chop down trees, preparing to build a small wooden house and some basic tools. At present, he only dares to operate on the land where the purple cloud whale has integrated, and he dare not wander around in other places. This place is inside the island, and any monster is above the level of black iron. He is now just a bronze-level rookie and dare not go out to find excitement. However, he believes that as the purple cloud whale transforms all 12 cloud whales into companion creatures, his strength will also improve significantly, and he will have the ability to adventure around. At present, it will take a few more days for Lu development. End of this chapter. Chapter 7. Unknown Creatures, Seeking Monthly Tickets. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 7 Unknown Creatures, Seeking Monthly Tickets. It's not difficult to use the wind blade skill to chop down trees, but Jiang Heng quickly realized that he had overestimated himself again. He doesn't know how to build any small wooden houses at all. Even if there is good wood here, it's useless. It seems that I still need to find some helpers. There are too many things that I lack alone. Jiang Heng shook his head helplessly. There are various talents among humans, and it would definitely be an excellent thing to attract them to work for themselves. I should focus on improving the strength of the purple cloud whale, and also on planting corn and rice as soon as possible to obtain a large amount of food. With strength and food, one can definitely recruit many people for their own use, Jiang Heng thought to himself. Just today, people continue to become lords on this island, but similarly, there must be many people whose monster islands will be devoured, and there are no laws or regulations here. And even if not devoured, there will be monster invasions in a month, and it is estimated that there will be very few humans who can protect their monster island by then. That should be the best time to recruit talents. To understand this truth, Jiang Heng glanced inwardly at the depths of his mind. Over the black sea of spirit, a silver and dynamic light was once again born. This is the spiritual light that was born when he became a bronze-level lower lord, which can be used to contract new monsters. When the strength of the purple cloud whale improves, he can embark on adventures to further places and search for new and promising monsters. The weather here seems to be just beginning summer, just right for growing crops. Jiang Heng looked at the weather and fortunately, planting crops was not a difficult task for him. He had planted them since childhood. He now has seeds for 2 crops, rice and corn, as well as seeds for 3 vegetables. Cabbage, celery, and radish. These are all excellent seeds from the civilized world, nurtured by generations of Earth scientists, which cannot be found in this other world. This can be said to be the most precious thing in Jiang Heng's hands. Food is the top priority for the people, and if they control food, they control the fate of humanity. Rice is the most difficult to grow, requiring paddy fields and seeds that cannot be directly planted. There are many processes required, and currently the best crops to grow are corn and vegetables. Rice not only requires paddy fields, but also requires centralized breeding and transplanting, which is a cumbersome process that cannot be completed by one person in a short period of time. Compared to that, planting corn is very simple, just dig a pit and throw the corn seeds directly into it. Of course, it also requires weeding and fertilization, but it is much simpler than growing rice. Jiang Heng is preparing to wait for the purple cloud world to grow bigger before officially planting. Currently, he can do the preparation work and use his wind blade skills to create some stone tools. After chopping down more than 30 trees, it was already afternoon. Putting the wood into the purple cloud world, the remaining tree branches and the rotten leaves he collected were piled up together. After chopping down all the surrounding trees, they were burned together. Grass and wood ash is a good fertilizer, rich in potassium element. Go and see the fishing traps. Jiang Heng touched his stomach and felt hungry again. Cautiously approaching the fishing trap, he saw the fish swimming in it from a distance. Haha, there are 5 fish in the daifengshu, salad of assorted fresh vegetables. Jiang Heng felt great when he saw 5 fish weighing over a pound in the first trap. Indeed, fishing traps are equally useful in other worlds. With a few prongs, he stabbed all 5 fish to death and caught them. Later, Jiang Heng went to see another fishing trap, and the bait thrown in this trap was the caterpillar he caught. What did this thing do? Jiang Heng quickly looked around and did not find any suspicious creatures, but this situation was definitely visited by other creatures. This trap is full of fish scales and residual fins, definitely eaten by some creature. Forget it, we'll study it when we have time. Jiang Heng shook his head, repaired the trap, and then turned around to go home. He was very hungry and needed to eat. Returning to the barrier, Slim saw him coming and quickly ran and jumped away. Don't worry, I'm here to return your fish. The extra one can be considered compensation. Jiang Heng threw 3 fish over and said. Blue Slime looked at the 3 fish in front of him with a feeling of being at a loss. This was really for it, this human actually speaks his mind. It has always thought of itself as a reserve grain, but now it seems that it is not. This time, Jiang Heng is planning to have a stone slab grilled fish, using the fire left over in the morning. The fire will be lit quickly. Leaving a spark is very simple, just bury a thicker piece of wood in the middle of the burnt charcoal, and cover it with ash outside. Over time, the wood will slowly ignite and eventually turn into a large piece of charcoal. This is the method used in rural areas to keep the spark alive, usually at least for a day. Jiang Heng used this method when he was a child, so he is very familiar with it, and now he is not unfamiliar with it. After setting the fire on, Jiang Heng grilled the fish and looked at the blue slime not far away, who had already eaten a fish. Little guy, I'll give you a name, just call it Meng Wang. Woo-woo. Blue Slim looked up at him and continued to lower his head to eat the fish. This time, it digested directly to avoid being snatched away by Jiang Heng again. Jiang Heng shook his head. He believed that in no time, this guy would be defeated by his sugar-coated bullets. He could eat fish without doing anything every day, which was such a happy thing. Unfortunately, there is no cumin chili, not even salt. Jiang Heng couldn't help but sigh as he looked at the delicious grilled fish, realizing how precious life was after leaving the civilized world. However, this has further stimulated his fighting spirit, and he is now confident that he can reach or even surpass his previous standard of living. At present, it's not urgent. We need to take each bite of food and walk step by step on the road. Only by slowly building everything in this way can there be a sense of achievement. Jiang Heng had just finished eating the fish and was about to leave when the purple cloud world suddenly shook slightly, and soon the ground expanded a lot. Jummy. The next moment, the spirit of the purple cloud whale flew out, followed by a cloud whale that had been transformed into a companion spirit. This cloud whale was about half the size of the spirit of the purple cloud whale. I have already sensed that you did a really good job, Zion. Jiang Heng smiled and touched the spirit of the purple cloud whale, which felt similar to touching a dolphin. Encouraged and affirmed by Jiang Heng, Zion happily wandered around. Jiang Heng was also very happy. He clearly felt that the earth had become much thicker. After a simple measurement, the purple cloud world had also become much larger. Now the entire land is circular, with a diameter of over 400 meters and an overall area of nearly 150,000 square meters, which is twice as large as before. Similarly, the level of the purple cloud whale has also been elevated from a lower bronze level to a middle bronze level. Similarly, Jiang Heng once again received feedback, and his own strength also moved to the bronze level middle position. After checking the information about myself and Zion whale, there was no significant change. Although the various attributes of the purple cloud whale have increased by 30%, it is not yet apparent, and there is also an additional companion spirit cloud whale, which is equivalent to an additional thug. Wait a moment, let's continue to transform the companion spirit. Jiang Heng felt that although the fusion of the companion spirit, the purple cloud whale itself, had not changed much, the internal purple cloud world had undergone significant changes. P.S. Looking for recommended monthly tickets, brothers. I have written this book very well. As it is a slow and popular farming article, the protagonist will gradually build their own world and become stronger. Everyone will continue to read it and will definitely not disappoint you. End of this chapter. Chapter 8. The embryonic forms of different civilizations. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 8. The embryonic forms of different civilizations. After finishing his meal, Jiang Heng brought the spirit of the purple cloud whale back to the edge of the pond. Continue. Jiang Heng looked at the purple cloud whale and said, Jummy. The spirit of the purple cloud whale let out a cry, emitting a purple halo from its body. This time, 2 cloud whales were attracted, and in a daze, they were devoured by the purple halo. The companion spirit transformation is expected to be completed within 7 hours this time. There are cloud whales with wood and soil attributes. Among the remaining 9 cloud whales, except for one with wind as its main attribute, the other 8 are all water attributes. I don't know what spiritual plants are growing inside that cave. Jiang Heng glanced at the spiritual plant emitting spiritual light behind the waterfall. He couldn't go anywhere for the time being, but when he transformed all the cloud whales, he could let Zi Yunfei pick them and take a look. In the afternoon, Jiang Heng continued to prepare for future construction by chopping down trees, collecting leaves and piling them up to make fertilizer. In addition, making wooden bowls, stone pots, and other utensils is not an easy task, even with sharp blade skills. Although it was hard, he had an unprecedented sense of achievement because all of this work was done for himself and would not be exploited for any surplus value. Every time he thinks of a world he can slowly build, he gets excited and wants to see how much he can build his own world to. Time flies by, and in the blink of an eye, it has been 7 days since all humans arrived in this foreign world. Although everyone can turn a pet into a monster island by signing a contract at the beginning, there are also many humans who die from non-life, many of whom die from greed. Some self-righteous people think they are the son of fate, thinking they must find a monster with high potential, and ultimately die in the monster's mouth. However, these people are all in the minority, with 95% of them already contracting monsters on the first day, transforming them into Monster Island. Due to the different monsters in the contract, each Monster Island is unique and has its own characteristics. Monster Islands with wood attributes will quickly give birth to plants, while those with soil attributes will have many minerals, and those with water attributes will give birth to many rivers in the world. Each Monster Island has its own unique characteristics. As people became lords, everyone knew that Monster Island could devour each other, form alliances, sign contracts between the main and secondary islands, and so on. Natural selection and survival of the fittest, some seize the opportunity to leap up, some are devoured by others just as they have Monster Island, and some unite to provide warmth, forming a huge force. Jiang Heng did not participate in external disputes within the island and was solely focused on helping the purple cloud whale complete the transformation of its companion spirit. But the periphery of the island is not peaceful. Many people who completed the Monster Island contract first used the information gap to successfully lure some people to come and devour. On the east side of the island is a huge plain, where a monster island transformed by an earth attribute lizard is located near the sea. The lord of this monster island is named Xiang Dong, who was one of the first humans to become a lord on this natural island. His lizard monster island has vast land, with an internal world area of 3 square kilometers and a level below that of Black Iron. Being able to have all of this in just a few days is naturally devouring many monster islands. In the center of the inner world of his lizard monster island, several wooden houses have been built in a lifelike manner. Outside the wooden houses, there are 5 humans digging numbly in the ground, planting grass. In a large wooden house in the center, there were occasional pleasant sounds of humming and humming. On the big bed inside the house, a young man with yellow hair and a pockmarked face was pressing a beautiful and curvaceous woman under him, doing indescribable things. The woman's eyes were full of disgust, but she dared not reveal it at all. Her life and death were all in the hands of the man in front of her. This man is naturally the lord of the lizard monster island, Xiang Dong. He used to be a street thug, but came to this world with inexplicable wonder. Fortunately, he contracted a good cracked earth lizard and became the first lord. Subsequently, he pretended to send out goodwill to attract other humans, including the woman under him. A total of 6 people devoured Monster Island, and now life and death are in his hands. He looked at the woman beside him. Before the destruction of the earth, she was a female graduate student that he couldn't afford to climb. Now, she's not even as good as a dog. He can do whatever he wants. Her expression, which was clearly disgusted with herself but helpless, made Xiang Dong feel very satisfied. Master, this morning someone discovered a floating monster island on the nearby coast. What are you going to do? After finishing the task, the woman dressed while reporting. Because she was a woman and also good-looking, she became Xiang Dong's secretary. In addition to serving him, she was also responsible for managing the other 5 people. Nature is devouring, I need more people, I want to build an immortal dynasty. Xiang Dong sneered and tasted the taste of wielding force. He only wanted to become stronger and enslave more people. The feeling of being unrestrained and doing whatever you want is too satisfying. Xiang Dong was extremely eager to meet those former singers and celebrities on Earth, and the thought of having the opportunity to bring them into his harem made him extremely excited. Someone will always become a ruler, and I believe that person in this world must be me. Xiang Dong raised his head and chest, then patted the woman's face and said with a smile, "Follow me well. I will become the emperor from now on, and you will also be the queen." Xiang Dong believes that as long as he constantly devours other monster islands, he will definitely be invincible in the world, because he has already taken the lead. He estimates that there are no monster islands nearby that can reach the level of Black Iron. As long as one constantly devours, one can constantly become stronger and ultimately enslave all humanity. There are many people who share the same ideas as him, including Lu Chang, the owner of Rock Pig Monster Island in the southeast direction of the island, and the owner of the Wood Spirit Rabbit Monster Island to the west of the island, Bai Yueping, and others, have all fallen into a vortex of power. On Lu Chang's Rock Pig Monster Island, there were also many humans lured by him. These men were taken to work by him, while women stayed to please themselves. Bai Yueping is a little better here. She gives other people a choice. They are sisters who obey her. If they don't obey, they will leave. As for whether they leave the world or not, no one knows. Anyway, the people who left have never returned. Due to her proximity to the seaside, Bai Yueping is preparing to make sea salt and also wants to establish a trading market. Everyone has different ideas, and there are different things sitting in this brand new world. However, most of the time, what most people do is the same. When people realize that they have absolute strength and can freely enslave others, morality and bottom line have already disappeared. Fairness and kindness are nothing but farting. There is no pleasure in enslaving others, and many people just resent themselves for not being enslaved. What has already happened will happen again, and what has already been done will happen again. Humans from civilized societies seem to have quickly returned to the barbaric era, no different from what was recorded in history. Of course, not all of this is true. There are also idealists who silently develop themselves like Jiang Heng, and idealists who unite with ambitious individuals to build their own ideal civilization. On the west side of the island, there is a golden armored ant monster island. Its lord is a black-clad boy named Wang Zhou. His luck is good. The contracted golden armored ant is a mutated ant with 3-star potential, and after transforming into a monster island, an ant nest has also been born inside the island. Unlimited explosive soldiers, I am the master of the Zerg. Wang Zhou stood in the ant colony and decided to constantly expand the swarm, transforming himself into the Zerg brain. Wherever the Zerg went, it was his territory. On even further islands, scientists have contracted special metal life, forming a rare metal monster island, and he himself has mastered the skills of mechanical micromanipulation. Blood and flesh are bitter and weak, mechanical soaring. He has completed the metallization of his arms. Previously, he was excluded from the academic circle on Earth due to his stubbornness and lack of understanding of human relationships. Now, in a different world, he can finally achieve his dreams with all his might, without thinking of anything else. There are many people like this who have broken free from constraints and worked hard for their dreams. Some people use their awakened spiritual power and the ability to see cells to play with cloning, debugging different biological genes onto themselves, and embarking on a unique path of self-improvement. Some people use their biological genetic technology to study the genes of various monsters and monsters, attempting to create completely different species. Some people also yearn for the peace of the earth in the old era, gather wise people, and want to reconnect with civilization. Although they are just starting out, due to different choices, everyone has taken a completely different path, which can be said to be a game of freedom for all kinds of frost. However, after humans have no constraints, corruption always comes faster, and wars and disputes are inevitable in the future for various materials or their own desires. End of this chapter. Chapter 9. Preliminary Evolution of Purple Cloud World, Seeking Monthly Tickets. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 9 Preliminary Evolution of Purple Cloud World, Seeking Monthly Tickets. Similarly, during these 7 days, Jiang Heng, who was lurking deep in the island, also did many things. Jumi Jumi. In the world of Purple Cloud, with the appearance of the spirit of Purple Cloud Whale, it means that the last 3 cloud whales have also been completely transformed into companion spirits by him. You can see 12 cloud whales wandering in the sky. They have now become companions and will accompany the growth of the Purple Cloud world to fight for it. Similarly, with the completion of the fusion of all 12 companion creatures, the strength of the Purple Cloud Whale has been continuously improved from bronze level to black iron level, reaching the level of black iron level advancement. These are all the strength improvements brought by the fusion of the 12 cloud whales. Unfortunately, the strength of these 12 cloud whales is too weak and belongs to the newly born ones. Otherwise, it would have increased the strength of the Purple Cloud Whale even more. Of course, the improvement in strength is only the most superficial, and the most important thing is that each fusion of Cloud Whale can increase the various attributes of Purple Cloud Whale by 30%. The fusion of 12 Purple Cloud Whales has increased their various attributes by at least 4 times, and even their potential has been increased from 4 stars to 6 stars. In addition, the biggest change is in Xian World, which now has a diameter of 3 kilometers and a total area of 7 square kilometers. A football field is approximately 7,000 square meters, which is equivalent to the size of over 140 football fields combined. Moreover, because 9 of the merged cloud whales have water properties, the water system rules of the purple cloud world are several times stronger than other rules, resulting in the birth of a lake with a diameter of 1 kilometer at the center of the world, and 3 rivers extending out. Apart from the water attribute, the most remaining attributes are soil, wood, and wind attributes. Nowadays, the purple cloud world has some small hills, but not even single-celled algae have emerged, but the land is much more fertile than before. Wind is a moving thing, because with the effect of the wind system law, the purple cloud world is no longer lifeless, and the air has flow. Compared to its initial roughness, the purple cloud world is now a bit more perfect. However, it may be difficult to think of such a simple improvement in the future. Jiang Heng sighed as he looked at this world that belonged to him. The cloud whale, which belonged to the beginner's gift package, had already been fully integrated. In the future, it would be difficult to find cloud whale integration, so he could only rely on management and construction to slowly improve. It's not a big pity, it's definitely a blessing from heaven to have the current scale. The average person's monster island may still have the most primitive appearance. Jiang Heng shook his head. He was already satisfied with his greed and the snake swallowing the elephant. This world of scale is perfect for construction. He looked up at the spirit of the purple cloud whale and retrieved its current data panel. Name: Purple cloud whale, race. Elf monster island, properties. Wind, water, wood, earth, mysterious, level. Black iron level up, potential. 5 stars, feature. Companion spirit, please click for details, skills. Breath of light, wind speed, shield of thick soil, water cannon evolution. Unknown, introduction. This super rare elf island, transformed from the purple cloud whale, has 12 companion creatures. Compared to the beginning, its various attributes have been improved nearly 5 times, with rough skin and thick flesh, making it very resistant to beating. The realm of each companion spirit cloud whale is 1 level lower than that of the purple cloud whale. Currently, only the bronze level is higher. However, as companion spirits, as long as the purple cloud whale does not die, they can be reborn and resurrected by the world. When the world's laws are perfected to a certain extent, the companion spirits can even be instantly resurrected. From the data panel alone, the most obvious change of the purple cloud whale is the improvement of its strength and potential. The reason it has a 5-star potential is because it advanced to the black iron level and consumed 1 star of potential, decreasing from 6 stars to 5 stars. Also, the purple cloud whale has acquired 2 new skills, 1 water cannon and 1 earth shield. The water cannon is an attack skill, and the earth shield is a defense skill, both of which are not very strong, just average. This actually makes Jiang Heng a bit strange. The sequence panel says that the purple cloud whale is an extremely rare elf island, but apart from being able to fly, it looks ordinary in other aspects and doesn't seem to have any outstanding features. Of course, it's mainly because he hasn't been in contact with anyone else's monster island, and doesn't know what the difference is between his elf island and those monster islands. If he couldn't figure it out, he stopped thinking and looked at his own panel again, Master of Sequence. Jiang Heng, internship, race. Homo sapiens, gender. Male, occupation. Lord, elf monster island, realm. Black iron level up, skills. Wind blade, water ball, earth shield, magic word, contract. Purple cloud whale monster island. Slim Jiang Heng raised his hand and a water ball slowly condensed in his palm, which is the water ball skill. With this skill, you don't have to worry about drinking water in the future. The principle of this water polo skill is to condense the surrounding water vapor through spiritual power. The more abundant the water, the greater the power. Earth shield can condense into a shield that can be used to withstand some damage. The magic word skill was contracted to the blue slime, which he named the Cute King. After the contract, he unexpectedly obtained this magic word skill. Now I should be able to embark on a preliminary adventure nearby, without worrying about being instantly killed when encountering monsters. Jiang Heng felt very satisfied with the improvement of his strength and decided to explore the surroundings tomorrow morning. In addition to the improvement of strength, his biggest change is the addition of 4 spiritual lights in the Sea of Spirit, each of which can be used to contract a monster. Yes, for every small level raised by the Lord, a spiritual light will be born in the spiritual sea, which can be used to contract monsters. He originally had 5 paths, but after contracting with the Mo King, he still had 4 paths. Later, when encountering good monsters, he could still make a contract. It is now the 7th day since I arrived in this world, and my phone has run out of battery. The traces belonging to the civilized world have completely disappeared. In the past few days, Jiang Heng has cut down many trees, accumulated hundreds of pieces of wood, and made some basic tools, including a wooden shovel and a hammock woven with rattan. Besides, it's just digging the ground. He found a relatively fertile piece of land not far from the edge of Xian Lake, which is 30 meters long and wide. In the past few days, he has been busy digging the ground. The land has been loosened, and he is preparing to go outside and bring in some humus soil. After a little tidying up, he can plant crops. Everything is done by oneself, even with some spiritual power, the efficiency is still not high. This can also be considered a bad side of going deep into the island, because the nearby monsters are too strong and their strength is not enough to explore everywhere. Fortunately, now that the purple cloud whale has completed the fusion of companion spirits, he can finally explore the surroundings. Since there's slime, there might also be goblins or something. Jiang Heng is looking forward to what he will encounter when he goes on an adventure tomorrow. He is full of curiosity about this new world. P.S. Seeking recommended monthly tickets, Brother Cute, end of this chapter. Chapter 10. Shilan. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 10. Shilan. The next morning, it was also the 8th day of arriving in the new world. This hammock is not comfortable to sleep on, it's far from Shimengxi's. Jiang Heng's activities have strengthened his muscles and bones, and he sighed that there is still a long way to go to live a good life. Woo-woo. The blue slime king had already bounced up to Jiang Heng's side, looked up at him, and said it was time for breakfast. The cute king now has the size of a basketball, which is 1 circle larger than when he was just captured by Jiang Heng. This is all thanks to Jiang Heng, who feeds it with fish every day. This guy who used to be afraid of him now treats him like a food and clothing parent. Compared to before, it has a very comfortable life now. With Jiang Heng, there is no need to worry about being killed by passing monsters. There is endless food to eat, which is really wonderful. Don't worry, there are plenty of fish. Jiang Heng picked up the cute king and touched him. Although the Mo King has sporadic potential, it is not impossible to enhance it. According to the description on the sequence panel, monsters like slime will only evolve when their numbers increase. By building a slime nest and catching more slimes, we can promote the evolution and enhancement of the Mo King. Woo-woo. Sai Mengwang expressed hunger and food. It can now communicate with Jiang Heng, and with the magic word skill, Jiang Heng can understand its meaning. Jumi. Sensing Jiang Heng waking up, the spirit of the purple cloud whale also flew over. Let's go out first. After speaking, Jiang Heng brought Meng Wang and Ziyun to the water pool under the waterfall, and he also held a bundle of vines in his hand. This is a very resilient vine that he found nearby, which he can use to swing without any problem. Ziyun, tie this end to the tree on the cliff. Jiang Heng held a vine and pointed to a big tree not far from the top of the waterfall, saying. The role of spiritual connection was quickly understood by Ziyun, and he soon tied the vine. The reason why Jiang Heng made this vine is naturally for the spiritual plant hidden behind the waterfall. I don't know what realm to break through before flying, or is this a world of low, medium, or high martial arts. Jiang Heng sighed and began climbing along the vines. He was originally 1.7 meters tall and weighed 110 pounds. Due to his parents' good genes and delicate appearance, although he did not reach the level of dragon and phoenix, he would occasionally make girls take a second glance when walking in the crowd. Now, with the return feeding of the purple cloud whale and the infusion of spiritual power, not only has he grown taller, but his body has also become stronger. It is not difficult to climb a waterfall with the combination of vines and spiritual power. After 10 minutes, Jiang Heng rose to the same height as Lingji. Water polo. Jiang Heng rippled and released a water ball, using the reaction force to push himself towards the cave behind the waterfall. It's easy to say, but it's still difficult to do, especially when the waterfall washes away. The water, which is several tens of meters high, rushes down and makes a buzzing sound in the head, as if it's been hit by a car. After 5 experiments, Jiang Heng finally entered the cave behind the waterfall. After entering, I couldn't help but feel a bit disappointed. I thought it would be a cave like a water curtain in Journey to the West, but who would have thought it was just a stone cave less than 2 meters deep and less than 3 meters high. Through identification, it should be excavated by some kind of monster, not naturally formed. There is a small stone pit in the center of this small cave, where white water accumulates and a dark green orchid grows in the center, emitting an ethereal aura. Name: Shilan. Attribute: Water, Wood, Mysterious Series, Evolution, Level. Lower level of Silver, Year. 23 years. Introduction. A flower without seeds, appearing irregularly. This stone orchid is still in its early growth stage, and the spiritual essence it emits is beneficial for monster evolution. The accumulated water at the root is a spiritual liquid containing vitality, which can be used to treat injuries. The growth of orchids requires watering with life, and as adults, a fruit of evolution will be born. The more life is watered, the stronger the effect of the fruit of evolution. Shilan is a 1-time spiritual plant without seeds, and it takes 100 years for normal growth. Once it is born, the fruit of evolution will die. Shilan, the fruit of evolution. Jiang Heng looked at the information on the panel and suddenly became clear. No wonder there were so many cloud whales gathered here, they were craving the fruit of life. Woo-woo. Jumi. Just as Jiang Heng suddenly realized, Mengwang and Ziyun also ran in. The two of them saw the life essence under the stone orchid and their eyes were straight. They rushed over and wanted to drink it all. Shut up. Jiang Heng grabbed one with one hand and grabbed them. Woo-woo. Jumi. The two guys turned around coincidentally, saying, Jiang Heng, don't tease me, I want to drink. As a monster, the Mo King despises the existence at the bottom of the chain and has no chance to come into contact with such spiritual plants and life fluids. Ziyun, on the other hand, was unable to drink due to being restrained by other cloud whales before. At this moment, everyone was anxious. Think beautifully. Jiang Heng threw both of them out with a snap. He took a small sip and instantly felt refreshed, as if he had landed in a fairyland. Indeed, it's a good thing. With a sigh, Jiang Heng quickly packed the life essence in the bamboo tube he brought with him. Woo-woo. Jumi. Just as they finished installing, Ziyun and Mengwang ran back with resentment. Alright, the rest is yours. Jiang Heng generously gave them what couldn't be scooped up, and then used the wind blade skill to dig stones. He is planning to dig up all the fast-growing stones of the stone orchid and transplant them to the purple cloud world. It is too unsafe to keep such a good thing outside. Jiang Heng was digging stones nearby, while Ziyun drank the life essence from the cute king lying on the ground of the stone orchid, licking it. If it weren't for Jiang Heng's warning, they might have even licked the stone orchid together. Fortunately, Jiang Heng is already very familiar with the wind blade skill, mainly used in cutting trees and making tools these days. It took about half an hour for Jiang Heng to excavate Shilan and the stones together. Bringing the stone orchid back to the purple cloud world, Jiang Heng raised it by a purple cloud lake. Xian Lake is naturally the 1-kilometer diameter lake in Xian world. Congratulations, you have transplanted the first spiritual plant into Monster Island and cultivated it. If you build a stone altar for it and feed it with life, you may obtain a lot of life essence. The law power it emits can also perfect the purple cloud world. Stone altar, can ordinary stones be used? Jiang Heng looked at the data panel in front of him and thought. But he doesn't have the time to build any stone altar now, so he's going on an adventure today. He first took the cute king to the fishing trap by the small river to catch fish. He has built 10 fishing traps here now, and there are many harvests every day. Woo-woo. Mengwang himself is made of water. Jiang Heng stuffed fish into his body, which is equivalent to putting them in a fish tank. Of course, the premise is that Mengwang does not actively digest them, otherwise these fish will die. Through the help of the cute king, he brought the fish into the pond he built in the purple cloud world to raise them. Although a few were embezzled every time, even so, Jiang Heng still raised 30 or 40 fish in the pond. What exactly is this guy? Jiang Heng looked at the fish scales and organs in the trap. This unknown creature was stealing fish to eat, but this guy was too cautious. Jiang Heng still hadn't noticed what it was, and there was nothing he could do about it. Returning to the purple cloud world, Jiang Heng's breakfast was still grilled fish. Roasted fish is becoming increasingly unappetizing. Jiang Heng ate some fish and stood up. Fish without cumin chili and salt had no taste at all. Let's go, let's go. Jiang Heng glanced at Mengwang and said. He only took the cute king with him on this adventure, and Xian stayed at home to watch the house. Woo-woo. Jiang Heng walked towards the depths of the jungle, and the cute king followed him bouncing around. It seemed a bit scared because it understood the danger of the jungle very well. End of this chapter.